Hello, BookTube. As I mentioned in my last video, I was going to do a review of Fate of the Fallen by Kade. So, it was released a few months ago, or like about November 5th, so a little bit more than a month ago. And its premise is what happens when a prophesied hero, the chosen one, is killed well before his adventure begins, or just as the adventure begins. And this is the honestly rather disappointing result, I think. I didn't particularly care for this book. So basically, Matthias and his best friend Oslo live in a very rural, isolated village. Matthias is studying for something. The cover story is that he's studying to become mayor of the village. But everybody says he's going to be a hero or something like that. Aslo, on the other hand, is a forester. He is tasked to basically protect the surrounding forests of the village, to nurture and grow the trees so that loggers can come in and cut some of the trees down, and then he and his fellow foresters will replant and regrow the forests that have been cut down. So Matthias is your chosen one. He is unsatisfied with the village. He's ready to leave and go explore the world, while Aslo is more staid, more conservative, more wanting to just stay home and tend his forest. He's very sort of like the responsible, conservative, just not go on any ventures. And then it's revealed that Matthias is the chosen one, that he has this destiny he must fulfill, that he is the only one to be able to fulfill this destiny, to fight back the resident Dark Lord and his patron God of Death. Even though technically the Dark Lord is more the Lord of Light Lord, because he uses a lot of light imagery to describe himself. But he's essentially the Dark Lord. And on the way out of the village, shortly after leaving the village, Matthias is killed in a successful ambush by agents of the Dark Lord. And so it is up to Aslo to take his best friend's severed head to the capital of the kingdom to show that, yes, he is dead, and to, I guess, instill, oh, no, the end times has come, we're all doomed, let's, resign ourselves to our fate. And Aslo is, at least initially, the only one to go, no, what are you talking about? We're going to fight. I mean, just because Matthias is dead doesn't mean that all hope is gone. We still can fight. And it takes some convincing for for a good chunk of to finally kind of agree with this, and he's basically given the opportunity to fight, to raise an army, to find ways of being able to defeat this coming apocalypse. Of course, the local mages, who are a declining group, are basically running away, and that's just... And so, as Aslo begins to try to build alliances, build an army, discover ways to defeat the coming end of his world, the gods decide to interfere. Basically, this world is Altrea is one of many worlds created by this set of pantheon of gods, and they each have their own political machinations. The god of death, who is the main patron of the Dark Lord, is wanting to gain power through the destruction of all life on this particular planet. Meanwhile, the god of war is giving his blessings for this because he will be able to feed off of the resulting war if he can manage to get the war that he wants. And then other gods are kind of have their own agendas that may either be a boon to our heroes or a hindrance, as the case. I mean, they're all incredibly capricious jerks. But I think it, yeah. I mean, it takes, I think, quite a while to actually really get to an interesting point where the first real battle in this new war comes in, and I don't think it quite works, honestly. The gods seem a little bit superfluous. The process of getting to the main confrontation and climax of the book, I think, again, it takes too long, and it's just the getting there it could have been cut or something. I don't know. I really didn't care for this, at least for this reading. Now, that's no guarantee that I will, when I come back to Fate of the Fallen, because I'm pretty sure I will give it a second reading sometime either late next year or early in the year following. Then I might change my tune. But for now, unfortunately, Fate of the Fallen is not a book that I particularly care for. Anyway, so that was that. Thank you, BookTube.